Shit. Hold on. Wait, don't fucking tell me. How are we live? I'm not even live. Yeah, so you guys can hear me and all that and comment. I'll show you what I mean before you guys go like, oh, here. I'm not even live. Like, I know the comments. Like, you're gonna have those people who don't see the whole picture, and you're gonna be like, fucking duh, Ronnie. Of course you're live. Um, there was a double update with YouTube. YouTube has a newer backend after a little bit. And there was a recent update with Streamlabs, which I literally just did the Streamlabs update right now. This is YouTube, and it's waiting to connect to the live. There's nothing here. It's not connected to the Streamlabs. Now, Streamlabs told me there was an update, get it started, and it'll connect to YouTube. So I was like, all right, connect, and that's how you're supposed to do it. And then I see comments like, what's going on, yada, yada, yada. And I'm sitting here thinking, there's no way you guys can see me. You're not supposed to until it connects to YouTube's back end. Well, I'm looking at YouTube's back end right here, and it says, connect software to start the preview. And again, that's all normal. But for some reason, OBS just went straight up on YouTube. Motherfuckers. Motherfuckers. Let me pop out the chat. Yeah, and since it's not connected on YouTube, it won't let me pop out the fucking chat. You gotta be shitting me. Deagle9 with a $5 dono. Where can I watch New Walking Dead legally in Australia? Oh, brother, I have no idea. I have no idea, bro. I'm not in Australia. I don't know. I watch it already legit like, so I have no reason to go hunting for it. If anyone in the chat knows, I don't even play around with that shit. I got AMC Premiere. I heard other people said you can't do Premiere. It's not an option in certain countries. So, all right, let me make sure. For some reason on YouTube's back end, it had 2 live streams ready to go. One of them was the one that was up, and the other one was something that was saved as a draft, which doesn't make any sense. I only did it one time. I created one stream. Well, it's just they change things and they do updates. So like Streamlabs has this new window that pops up that was never there before. So I don't know if it was that with the new window. It popped up. I read it real quick and I clicked. I don't know if you have to do something I didn't do right or whatever, but I want to, before we get into this, we're letting some people show up, and I want to make sure we're all good. You guys can hear me good. You can see the chat good. I'm checking the YouTube back end here, and then the Streamlabs. Everything looks fine. All sound settings and connection, and yeah, everything looks fine. We're mainly going to be discussing just a little stream. I wasn't going to stream tonight. I was going to continue working on the Bone Tomahawk, Flaws and Aws. I really got to crank that out so that way I can stay on track for December. I'm dying to do one a week in December, and that's Gremlins, Gremlins 2, Jingle All the Way, and Krampus. Krampus is the first one. Right now, it's looking impossible. 3 is going to be a miracle, let alone 4. So we'll see. I only have one Walking Dead video that I have to do, so we'll see. And that's going to be the Flaws and Aws for the first half. All right. Let me change this to live chat. We've had that mistake a few times. Ronnie, what is your all-time favorite season? Season 1 doesn't count. Oh, that's because you know I'd pick Season 1. Actually, I don't even know, to be honest, if I would pick Season 1 because I truly love the beginning when we kick off. The first 3 episodes of Season 1 is like, oh my God. The Vatos, I know this is going to be blasphemy, but it's lame as shit. It's not terrible. It's just, for me, it's like, I would have been fine if we redid a whole whatever. And then when it comes to the CDC, like I said, I don't hate it. There's times where I watched it and I've enjoyed it. However, I feel like it comes off too television, too much TV vibe to it. Look, it feels like Lost more than The Walking Dead. I don't know. It has this television vibe that I didn't like. So my all-time favorite season would be Hard. Because season 1, again, it doesn't count because it has 3 amazing episodes and a couple weak moments, and it's only 6 episodes. Season 2 has a lot of great character stuff, dialogue stuff, but it's dragged out from the problems, the production problems. Season 3 is a train wreck. Season 4 is probably my secret winner because there's so much I love, but it's the beginning of the split storytelling that frustrates me. And then season 5 has, I think The Walking Dead has a lot of great episode, terrible, great episode, terrible. Great first half, weak second half. Like season 5 is like that, where you get this great build up, and then the second half is iffy. 7 and 8 are nowhere on the list. So I think off the top of my head would be either 4 or shit. I don't know. Either 4 or 5 or 6. One of those. It might just be 4 because of the technical side. Technically, there's a lot that was great. Season 3 was a train wreck. We literally have the governor and Andrea as one small example. We literally have the governor. First off, you have Rick seeing Ghost Lori, and they get to get out. He's like talking to himself, like, oh my God, it's embarrassing. I can't even rewatch that. And then you got the governor and Andrea talking, and this is adults, professionals in the industry writing this dialogue. So what's your real name? I'll never tell. And the governor leans over and he's like, never. Like, what? Oh my God. Did you guys bump your head and that's the best dialogue? I can't even watch those scenes because the cringe is too lethal. Anyhow, a lot of problems with that. Tyrese and Sasha never should have went to the prison and then to Woodbury. Andrea and Michonne never, ever in a million years should have went towards Woodbury. And if they did, it should have been a way different story than what we got. It's just a wreck. You should check out Mandalorian. Again, I will 100%. Let me put this out there. I'm not watching it until it's all out. I'm not playing games. I'm going to check it all in one shot, and that's it. Boom, done. I can live without it until The Last Jedi hit me so hard. I don't, even though I'm hearing amazing things, I don't even care. I see Baby Yoda, a cool looking this and that. I don't even care. When it comes out fully, I'll sit down, enjoy it, and then it's like, okay, yeah, I can rock with this. But I don't even have the urge, even with all the good press. That's how bad The Last Jedi was. My German Shepherd, Daphne? I'm assuming that's Daphne, but I probably have it wrong. Would a $20 dono come in and fly with a love tap? Hey, Ronnie, sorry funds are low. Are you shitting me? That's a bombastic donation right now. I would love to send more. I made up that love part, but I'll keep it in there. It sounds good. I don't know where I got that from. It just read that way. Hope you and Julia had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Would you ever consider doing Flaws and Awes for The Walking Dead 1 through 9? Thank you very much for the donation for the channel. And yes, I absolutely would consider and even give it a shot. As of right now, after December, like I said, I'm dying. as like a passion thing. Like I want to release 4 Flaws in Oz for the movies in December. Bone Tomahawk, it's gonna be 5 now. If I pull this off, it'll be a fucking miracle. But it'll be Bone Tomahawk real soon, and then I'll follow that up with Krampus. Anyway, that'll be 5 plus a Walking Dead, so that's 6 videos. But these are highly edited. I mean, highly edited videos. So 6 videos in 1 month, and that's my goal. I might have a stream here or another plan here for something, but in January, let's say, I would love to do a test run on The Walking Dead Season 1, Episode 1, Flaws in Oz. The Walking Dead Season 1, Episode 2, and, do one week, and then wait 2 weeks and do another one, and see where the interest is. If if there's a little bit of interest there, if like 1,000 people love it and it just kind of lingers around there, we'll just drop it and come back to it whenever I get that passion, because I find that fun. For some reason, I am so very interested in going back and doing seasons 1 through 4, especially. I don't know what it is, even up to 6, to be honest. And I think it's showing, because doing a review, you can't cover every little aspect, but showing, yes, this was good, and yes, this was bad, as far as me as a fan and as a viewer, what pulled me out of the moments and then what sucked me into the moments. I find that so interesting, because then you could really get surgical with it, So I would love to do them, but if there's not enough interest, if they're not clipping at least at a minimum 10K views per video, it's not even worth it, The movie ones will be hit or miss. Obviously, we're gonna get in January. I'm hoping we're gonna get into zombie movies, and that'll be a little more up your alley for the most viewers here. But at first, it's going to be way below 10K, and then it'll build up, and we'll be fine, because then we'll build up a movie audience here, not just Walking Dead fans who could pick or choose. Well, I don't like that movie. I don't like this. Love your channel, my man. Been listening to you for years now. Keep up the good work. Just ordered Series 1, 2, and 3 of Doomsday Kingdom, Matt Mob. Hell yeah, thank you very much. If that was physical, I got you, bro. If it was digital, there's also issue 4, so if you end up liking that, well, actually, even... No, physical, we have to restock issue 4. But thank you very much for the support. I hope you like Doomsday Kingdom. Bomb-ass shit to make up for the first half being slower. If not, I'm done with The Walking Dead. Yeah, I'm going to read through some of these comments. We're 15 minutes in. We got a few hundred viewers in here. We're going to get into a real quick rundown of my expectations for the second half of The Walking Dead, which I already feel like something's fishy. And it not completely in a negative way, because we have a lot that's about to pop off, and that's where I feel like something's fishy, because it's everything. Is if they're sticking with the comic only, forget about original, and then if you take what we expect from the comic and the original stuff and Michonne leaving, the second half is going to be unreal, and I just don't think they're doing that. First off, they don't have the budget to be like that. But they could surprise us, especially if the story, even if it's not in, fantastic places, even if it's good, solid story, it might be one of the best halves ever. And again, that's because the setup is already there. Ronnie, what is your all-time favorite? All right, we already did that. If you're asking me a question, like I said, either use the super chat feature or hit @MakeAPath It's all free. That feature is super chat, ain't, but it highlights the name, and then I know you're talking to me specifically. I'm expecting some bomb-ass shit. Okay, we already read that one. You should check out The Mandalorian. Already did that. I hear Season 5 a lot. Who do you consider overall best survivor in The Walking Dead for the zombie apocalypse survival? Right now, it would have to be Daryl. Are you going to do a review for The Irishman? Probably not. I watched it, though, and I absolutely love it. And I love that... they let scenes breathe. Like, perfect example, real quick, and I'll keep it moving. The Irishman gets on a plane and he's going somewhere. No spoilers, but he sits down, and a normal movie or TV show would do this. We just need you to know, as the audience, we just need you to know he got on the plane and left. That's it. But he gets on the plane and then you have this point of view of him looking out the window and his friends in the car, and as the plane is leaving, there's this real slow, like, whole 30-second shot of him just looking out the window at his friend in the car. And there's a lot of scenes just like that because it's based off this real story, and it's based off real characters, and it's a period piece, and it goes over so many decades. So it wants you to simmer in this world and these moments with these characters. And what better way than to just live it with them? And I know for a lot of people, they're gonna be, nope, I don't want to sit through that, yada yada yada. I'm glad, at least, because it's rare. It's a really rare thing. Movies can't just do that. There's a few movies that are able to. The Irishman is one of them. You can, like, simmer in that world with them for so many different scenes. Anyhow, Deagle9 with a $2 dono. Thank you very much for the support. Do you watch Vikings? No. I've checked it out. My grandfather loves it. I think someone else in my family likes it, but one day I'll probably end up checking it out. Ronnie, you think there will be a chance seeing Rick Grimes back in the Walking Dead series? Well, the showrunner has said she would love to. I know there's been little side comments like that, but as of right now, unless something insane happens in the actor's life, it's not even going to happen. Not anytime soon, because he hasn't even begun production on the movies. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. So it's not even, unless, and again, here's the problem. Even if it was a cameo, you can't do anything with him because then you expect him to stay. He can't just pop in as a cameo and then leave and then, oh, okay, we get, you know what I'm saying? So I think a chance, but a tiny chance, and not for years. What do you think of the Alien movies? I love them. Not all of them. What happened to the Deeper Into series? That's completely gone. There was absolutely no support for that. I mean, we did have support. We had like a straight 2K that were down and ready to die for it. But the Deeper Into series, there was 2,000 people watched it, and I think I tracked them. They took 11 months to reach 10K viewers, just 10,000 people to watch them. A ton of positive comments, though. Every other 300 comments on every video, and every single comment was, I love this shit. However, they take 2 to 3 times as long to make than the Flaws and Aws, and they take a long time to make. Deeper Into is not possible to make unless you're funding yourself well, because there's a lot you got to do. There's certain things that you can't wait around or try to find. You need to go and buy the special edition with all the information. You need those audio commentaries. And don't tell me, no, Ronnie, because that's not Deeper Into. Deeper Into is actually going, watching the audio commentary, all the interviews. And again, that's time where you have to sit and just absorb all the information. And then when you're breaking it down, you're covering the scenes with the trivia and then this and that. So instead, we have Flaws and Aws where we don't get technical with it. However, we cover it from the angle of enjoyment rather than breaking it down by all the technical side of it. I had a better way to form that, but you guys know what you're saying. So Deeper Into is gone. I would love to do the rare Deeper Into once in a while and bring it back, but unless this channel is, you know, supporting itself full time and we can bring on an editor and some people to research, those just aren't coming back. Just a quick comparison. The Flaws and Aws are breaking 10,000 views in the first week, in the first few days, and Deeper Into took 11 months for those videos to break 10K. People just, they loved them, but they just didn't click on them. They didn't watch them. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not really sure why that is when it comes to the Deeper Into. It could have been the thumbnail. Maybe I didn't do it good enough, but it just wasn't there. Well, anyway, was it the most difficult part of creating a comic book? Writing, art, production? Seriously curious. Well, I'm one half of the creative team. I don't do the art. The artist does the art. And it's going to be different from someone who does the whole thing by themselves. But as far as... and again, each section has their own complications. But I'll be honest. Or I'll be real with you and I'll shoot it straight. And this is going to be annoying and boring, but the paperwork is fucking obnoxious. It's not fun. It's frustrating. There's a lot you got to learn. And I'm talking about paperwork for your finances, for what the comic brings in, taxes you got to pay, spreadsheets. That is the most difficult and obnoxious aspect of it. You know, and that's just because I hate that side so much. We're gonna get to the chats in a second, but the donos. But when it comes to doing the work on the comic itself, I think as the team, one of the hardest parts or the trickier parts is getting the script so it doesn't have a million words, but it is as detailed but not as overbearing, so that way the artist gets the point but he can add to it. You know what I mean? That's so frustrating because I'll find myself putting too much or not enough, and I don't know. Um, the Rise of Skywalker looks awful. I'm not even going anywhere near it. I'm not one of those YouTubers who shits on it and then goes to see it anyway. No, it looks like shit. Star Wars is trash now. I'm not going to see it. Top 3 flaws and alls I want to see from earlier episodes are Season 1, Episode 1, Too Far Gone, and Rick's last episode. Nice. Those are good picks. Please go easy on Bone Tomahawk. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I would hate to see you shit on it. Raining Glass, I had to watch Bone Tomahawk a second time specifically to look for more flaws, because I found myself doing the script or the outline, and then I was touching it, polishing it up, and I noticed, oh my god, I have like 3 flaws. What did I do? I had to go back and watch it again. And the funny story is I still want to go back and just make sure before I put it out I missed anything. I enjoyed Bone Tomahawk so much. I get sucked into each scene, and I don't know. It's again, and that is kind of the point. And I'm not going to do that for every one. I think it's just the first time it's happened where I watched a movie in this structure where the flaws don't break me out of any moments, but I want to make sure I'm being fair and I go back and look for something that might break someone out. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's too slow. Flaws like that don't count because well, I shouldn't say that. Sometimes they don't, because if the pacing has a good up and down, then you're kind of not appreciating the fact that some of it is simmering you for a point. Like by the time we get to the rock and they're going in the rock for Bone Tomahawk, the purpose of you going on that journey and that hardship is because we're here. Oh my God, you know, it's throwdown time. It's yada yada yada, and they do something interesting with the pace where they give you that, and it's a shock to your system. And then the story resets a little bit and does. And again, the pacing is great in that way. There's some people might just go, no, it's too slow, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, would you consider doing a Logan Flaws and Alls? It's one of my favorite movies. Oh, I would definitely consider it. It would be on the list. They're going to be getting voted, and it's not anywhere near January, February, not that I know, but who knows after that, something might come up. Do a poll to get an idea about doing the earlier seasons of The Walking Dead Flaws and Alls. Yeah, give me a second. I'll put one together. Excuse me. Have you thought about getting Doomsday Kingdom in the stores? My local comic shop here in Worcester. No, we can't afford that. Right now, the way it's set up, we just can't afford stores. The reason being is we buy them. Originally, we're working on getting better deals, but we buy them originally for cover price. We're not buying tens of thousands of copies at once, so we're getting almost cover price. We located a new printer that's going to make it a little easier on us, but we're still paying more than half of the cover price. Comic book shops are going to want 50-50, even if they wanted a better deal. If every box we ship them, that's coming straight out of the profit we would make on the books alone, and plus some. Because if we sold them 50 books and or if we sent them 50 books and we're only making $1 off each book, for an example, and the box spends us 50 books 75 books can fit in a $20 thing, and it's that kind of aspect where you calculate all the shit that's going to go into it, and then we send it out. Where's my... I wanted to get more accurate numbers. That way I can show you, but you get the idea. it would be either breaking even, like completely, or going a little bit over that cost for every. So we might be able to do like your bookstore, but then if we do yours and John's and this and that, we have 5 or 6 or 10. All we're doing is building up debt because it's costing us more than we're bringing in from it. But we're doing volume 1, and that's our main push to go for publishing or to some other direction. So we'll see with volume 1. Longtime fan and donator, just letting you know for future nut taps, it's pronounced dos, just like Nos. Name on YouTube just changed. Oh, okay, dos. VDOS. Do a poll to get an idea about the early one. We will. Yeah, I just binge watched The Walking Dead seasons 4 to 6, and it's crazy how much more I enjoy it compared to now. I think the fact that I'm binging it helps a lot. Binging does help a lot. How do you feel about Sadiq's death? Because I think it was too early in development. Right now, I kind of feel like I don't know what it's for. It didn't really do much. Kevin775 with a $2 dono. Matt Mob, love the channel, my man. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Kevin, for the support. What was your least favorite episode of The Walking Dead? Probably Still or Swear. Do you consider Daryl the lead right now? Yes. Would you ever do Flaws and Aws on El Camino? Not for a while, but eventually. Everything that is, again, we're staying in horror and sci-fi, but everything that is good and interesting is absolutely up on the table. The thing is, there's 1,000 good movies we can do, quite literally. So the thing is, it's really going to have to come down to voting or support. I know I didn't show it off yet. Someone sent me, we're doing a Matt Mail soon, a little thing up here that was freaking awesome. I mentioned I love Rocky. Someone sent me a little Rocky guy. I was like, oh my God, that was so cool. But someone else sent a RoboCop Steelbook, and it was like this new edition that just released like 3 friggin' days ago. They had ordered it in Raleigh and said, hey, pick it up, which please don't do that. I got hella lucky. This person had ordered it, and it was still like a 35-minute drive, but I would feel terrible if you ordered it. Raleigh's huge. If you ordered it and it's like an hour and a half away, and I just, because you only have like 4 days to pick it up. So I appreciate it a lot, but it was it was an issue. But again, it wasn't an issue. Let me rephrase that. It was moving things around because I had a packed schedule to get up to pick it up. But it was a RoboCop Steelbook with all the special features, different editions, so I can do the Flaws and Aws for RoboCop. And here's the thing, we have Flaws and Aws scheduled out for December and January, even though they did that. Steelbook, paid for it, do it when you can, blah, blah, blah. I can't do it right away because we already have the schedule and so it will come down to voting and then support. Like Bone Tomahawk got pushed in because that come on, help me out here. The Matt family member Harrington. I got it on the tip of my tongue. Micaiah Harrington. Did I have that right? One day donated like $150 or whatever and just had mentioned, and as a thank you to the Matt family, it was like, all right, you're donated. It was huge that day. Boom. Now we're not doing that all the time. It was like once in a while when something big comes up like that, I'll be like, okay, yo, you can pick the one because I have an open spot. So yes, it's going to come. Yeah, everything has the potential, but it will come down to those special times and when it gets voted in. You get what I'm saying? What happened to interviewing cast members? I was amped to hear a convo between you and Dwighty Boy. I'll be honest, I still would love to do something like that, but the Flaws and Aws is taking up all the time right now. And again, as of December, we just came out of a rut with the move, and I had so much other shit going on. As of December, and the channel is not sustaining himself. I think that's the most important thing that people don't understand. The channel was bringing in $400 a month forever. You can't do YouTube full time off $400. Patreon was bringing in $200 a month. The channel was bringing in $400 a month. For 2 months straight, I think it even went below $300 or just at $300, like $330. So I'm working. I'm hustling to pay the bills and blah blah blah. So I think maybe that's another thing. I know I mentioned before about doing YouTube full time, but let me make that abundantly clear. Right now, it's a mess between working to pay the bills and keep everything going, and then hopping on YouTube whenever I can to put the time together. I can't just wake up and get working on stuff. So stuff is going to have to just go. Yes, I would love to do deeper into. Yes, I would love to do this. Yes, I would love to interview the cast. But it's all got to fall back because I can only focus on this work if, let's say, shit picks up and everything's better in 2-3 months. Okay, I'm back to YouTube full time. Yeah, let's start interviewing some cast. We'll do it. But right now, it's just not possible. There's not enough time. There's not enough money. It's just not happening. The movies, you don't think the movies are happening? There is a chance they could fall through, but I would highly doubt the first one is falling through. Is Eduardo dead at this point? If he doesn't come back with Maggie, I don't know what the deal is. Have you considered doing Flaws and Oz for past episodes? Yeah. Kevin775 with a $2 love tap, Matt Mob. Love the channel. Keep up the grind. Thank you very much, Kevin. I appreciate the support. The most secret account with a $5 dono. Bro, you're missing out on Vikings. Is the best show in existence. Way better than Game of Thoughts. Well, then I'm going to have to keep missing out. Like I said, I've watched at least 5 or 6 episodes. I thought it was okay. It's nothing that made me run out and be like, I'm going to watch it over again. I do feel like overall, because I watched it out of order. Like I said, family members were watching it. They told me about this, oh my God, this moment, this scene. So I've checked out a few, at least 5 episodes. Once I start from the beginning and I know the characters, there's a lot of shows. When I get the time, I will get there. I just don't have the time right now, you know? Peaky Blinders is another one. I'm dying. Matter of fact, if I had the chance right now, I'm watching Peaky Blinders first. Only because I've watched the Vikings and I've seen a few episodes, but I'm mad curious about this Peaky Blinders that I know nothing about. I just don't have time. But when I get some more free time, I will definitely be checking out these episodes or these TV shows. Plus, they're not going anywhere. It's not like it's limited. If I don't watch it now, I'll never get the chance to watch it, you know? But I'll watch it. I rewatched your Negan movie spin-off video, and I love your idea on it. Starts off in 616 from Negan's point of view in the RV. Brilliant. Yeah, you know what? I still love that idea. I still think that would be bomb-ass. And someone sent me a message on Instagram the other day. I got to get to my expectations. I got to stay on point. I'm going to do that, and then we can talk for a whole half an hour, me and you guys. Someone mentioned on Instagram they were watching some of my old Q&A videos, and they were like, bro, you called like so many different things, and I was even thinking back like, really? Like what? You know what I'm saying? Because if you do enough question and answer segments, you're bound to get a handful right and a handful wrong. But apparently I got right of Carl getting killed off and them switching it to Judith. And I'm still shocked. I'm like, really? If you asked me if I predicted that, I would have been like, I don't think I ever predicted that. You know what I'm saying? But apparently back in like season 5 I did. So I want to go back and put together a little montage of season 5 of the right ones, you know? And maybe a few really wrong ones as a joke. That would be fun. Anyway. The Walking Dead is fucking shite, says him. When I heard that the Rick trilogy isn't canceled. Okay, perfect example. I had mentioned that when you scroll down a little bit, if you go too far or randomly whenever, YouTube will just reset it all the way to the bottom. You guys saw as a perfect example. I swear to God, rewatch that. YouTube automatically, and this thing has been touchy. You're supposed to click this blue arrow and it'll take you all the way to the very newest comment. However, when you're just scrolling like this, if you happen to scroll and it just randomly wants to, it will send your comment all the way to the bottom. Anyway, what I heard is that the Rick trilogy isn't canceled, but if the first movie doesn't succeed, then the other 2 movies will be canceled. Well, where did you hear that, first off? You either heard it from an article or you have an inside source, which would be amazing. So you had to have heard it from a you had to have heard it from an article, so let us know which one. And because if you say you heard it from We Got This Covered, I'll be like, bro, don't believe that shit. But and another thing too is anyone can say that article wise because that's just how Hollywood works. I don't care if they plan for 8 movies. If the first one makes $5, they'll cancel everything after. I mean, that's just how Hollywood functions. So yes, all of you guys are gonna hear that rumor, but the the Walking Dead and what they're doing, I would be shocked if it failed and it wasn't a combination of the actor not really being interested in following through and not just the studio going. Because I don't care what happens, AMC is going to want to continue. So I think if I can clarify this, it'll be a combination. If they don't make the next 2, because AMC, I feel like, would do this. Oh, okay, it wasn't that big for distribution in theaters. Let's do what we said, and part 2 is only going to be AMC on the channel. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, technically you'll still get Rick movies, but they'll be distributed differently. They'll be promoted. They'll be bigger. The first one would be a bigger event than the second one. The budget will be smaller on the second one. See what I'm saying? Like Hollywood's always there's a name for it, but making moves as shit's popping off. Do you guys still have Chibi? Yeah, we still have the cat. I hate that cat. Django Unchained, Flaws and Oz. That's not on the list anytime soon, to be honest. I don't hate that movie, so I would probably like taking a look at it, but you're the first person that's ever mentioned it, so that's pretty much low on the list. It's not horror, it's not sci-fi, but it is an interesting movie, so it's on the list. Every time people mention something, I put it on the list, but the movies that get picked first get pushed up even further. Like if everyone in the chat picked the same movie right now, that movie would be done in January 100%. And in January we're going to start where I take the 10 most requested and I'll start doing straw polls. We might do it this month. Start it. It's a frequent thing. Let me make that clear. So that way you guys are always picking out out of, let's say, 10 to 20 most asked for. You guys are picking out the top 3. Or you just pick, and whatever ones get voted the most, those will be the ones we do. What? I don't pay attention to Star Wars no more. Be dead. So glad I went to see Joker. I didn't think it would be for me, but damn, I was wrong. It was so fucking weird, but acting was phenomenal. Yeah, Joker was amazing. Joker's one I'm gonna do without a doubt. Would you do Flaws and Oz for the Hateful Eight and Smoking Aces? Again, those aren't horror and sci-fi. The horror and sci-fi is the priority. However, good movies that get asked about, they end up on the list. Priority and themes, obviously. Jingle All the Way is a Christmas one. It's not horror, just to clear that up. I do like the Hateful Eight. So I would enjoy doing that one. What's your opinion on the rumor The Walking Dead is ending in season 12? I already talked about this. It's not ending the way you think it's ending. AMC is ready and willing, and they want to move and maneuver in any direction they can go, whether it's to keep characters as cameo, whether to continue with a newer cast and break the other characters off, the older cast in the movies, whether it's to end the original show, ramp up the Walking Dead third show if it has higher ratings, and then take some remaining cast and splinter them off into a movie series that will eventually intertwine with Rick's. The door's open for everything. If you think The Walking Dead is just going to end altogether as a franchise, not even close. Could the main series end, but Daryl Dixon and Carol and their story continue on? It's absolutely possible. This is my understanding of what they're trying to do. Anything that could keep the franchise going and going strong, they'll do. And if it makes sense for them to trim out the main show and take it into different directions. And again, there's other ideas in the works that maybe I haven't heard about, or you guys haven't heard about, or maybe they're thinking up new right now. But there's only a few different combinations of things they can do, right? Keep the main show going for as long as they can. And they either keep it going, um, fuck, there's so many. Keep it going as is with all the cast and slowly kill them off and build up newer characters. Keep it going as is, but keep newer cast in it. Splinter off the main ones like Daryl and Carol and Michonne into the movie series. Or the other option is to end the main series, but then you're banking on. I got ahead of myself. If you end the main series, you also have multiple options. You end the series completely for the main show, or you end the series but you splinter off your more popular characters into the movie series. Again, each option has a few different possibilities, but even if The Walking Dead ended, I'll tell you right now, as far as I understand it, there's a potential for certain characters to continue on. Hey Ronnie, are you getting into review Watchmen? No, I'm not even watching that. Have you ever seen the original design for Jean-Claude Van Damme's original Predator? Yes, I have. Love the channel. Thank you, Aaron. Do you think Heath will ever come back? No, I do not. Walking Dead. Well, wait, correction. Yes and no. Yes, he was taken where Rick was taken, so he's definitely going to be mentioned or hinted at. But no, I don't think he's coming back on the show unless it was going to be like Heath is back and he saw Rick or knows where Rick is. You know what I'm saying? If they bring Heath back, it's a problem because Heath is where Rick is. And they already confirmed that. I'm not just pretending. They already confirmed Heath was taken. Jadis sent them. Walking Dead. Do you think Rosita and Eugene really end up? That I don't care about. I hate answering like that in a relation. It seems like a sneak peek. I know they did it in a sneak peek, but I fucking hate it. She's with Gabriel. She just got knocked up with Sadiq. What are you doing? And again, this isn't like on a slut shame and shit. I'll slut shame her if I feel like it. This is more on the line of I don't care for one of your relationships. Now you got this bitch in 3 of them. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? But again, that's just me. I know some people are probably like, woo woo, I don't give a fuck. Deagle9 with a $5 love tap. Would love to see you crap all over The Last Jedi with a flaws and ahs. Star Wars might end up getting a flaws and ahs here and there. The thing that I find tricky is I know I would want to start with the first one. In order, not the first one that released. I would want to start out with Phantom Menace, and then Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, and then A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, jump into Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and then Rise of Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker, Fall of My Interest. Anyway, because I know I butchered this. I was going to, right off the rip, just talk briefly about my expectations for what's coming up. And here's my problem. Let me just discuss this for those interested, and then we could talk for a few more minutes before the stream ends. But my thing with The Walking Dead and what's coming up in the back half, a part of the reason why I say or feel like something fishy is going on, and I don't mean this in like an overly negative way, it's just because there's so much packed or so much based on what we know from the comic, based on the new original material that they have set up. There's so much that should be, there's so much payoff that should be happening in the second half. And again, without going into direct spoilers from the comic, there's a Negan in the Whisperer camp. That's a big deal. That's something they can quickly do. They already have it all set up. They can do Negan's big scene and get him out of there, or do something different in one episode. So, okay, we got one episode with a Negan big moment. However, they're building up Carol and versus Alpha in a way bigger than I expected, and it would be lame as shit if they just took a left turn and didn't do something with that. I know they had the face-to-face, but they need to do something. And I mean something as small as, let's say if Negan was like handling his business, he needs to take it. He needs to go to Carol. He needs to have a scene with Carol. You need to bring Carol in the loop. So again, here's where it gets, there's too much potential. Negan and Alpha, Carol and Alpha. Well, now, how do you do Carol with Alpha without making Negan's scene story pointless? Or how do you make Negan and Alpha without making Carol's build-up
versus Alpha pointless. You get what I'm saying? Because keep in mind, if you're paying attention to interviews, you expect something to happen because Angela Kang straight said, "Oh, we're building this power dynamic where it's like a face-off between Carol and Alpha." Oh, you can't say shit like that and not do, anything. I mean, shit, you gotta do something. There's another issue. We have this. I didn't want to put this up because it's so bright here, but you got Michonne with Lucille. This is an image they shared in the very first trailer to hype us all up and rah, rah, rah. This is something that has not been seen in the first half, something that hasn't even been hinted at in the first half. And what we've seen in the trailer from Michonne leads us to believe that either we're going to get a flashback. This is a stretch, I know. But we'll get a flashback of Michonne when her journey first started out. And that'll play in somehow with her exit. And the reason I say that is because we see this little look of Michonne in an outfit that is oddly similar to her very first appearance. And I mean by the canvas, the hoodie. It might be a different hoodie. As a matter of fact, I think she had a darker hoodie. So, okay, new hoodie. Her hair looks different. It looks how it used to look. And then here's the chain leading to her pets. So whatever happens with Michonne coming up, it's going to be coming full circle, either showing a flashback of old Michonne. Yeah, she's wearing a cloak. Or it is coming in full circle where we got introduced to Michonne with the cloak and the pets. And as she leaves the story, you guys already know it, Hollywood does it to death. They go full circle where Michonne leaves with the cloak and pets, and it's not a flashback. This is a weird one because I can't see any other reason why Michonne would leave if it wasn't for Rick. And the only connection to Rick we heard, or that's possible, that's set up, is Virgil. And Michonne said that line, "My mercy prevails over my wrath," which everyone in the reaction community, everyone in the comments section, everyone thought it was Rick, right? Because she's crying, she's emotional. It's something Rick got off of Siddiq. But then we had, I think my video only had like 2 comments. And these 2 people said, wait, I think she was crying over Siddiq. And she was saying that because Siddiq said that. And the first time I heard that, I blew it off because that cry of hers was way too emotional to be connected to Siddiq. That's fucking stupid, silly. Not silly that someone would think that, but silly that the writers would. So the director, if he knows the series, which he probably didn't, that director of episode 8 was, oh my god, that was awful. But he should have said, hey, tone it down a bit, okay? We're talking about Siddiq. And maybe you had a friendship, a strong bond with him off screen. We didn't dive into it much on the show. A little bit here and there they showed. It wasn't enough. So if she was really talking about Siddiq and she mentioned that quote, then it'll connect to Virgil in a weird way, because they can have Virgil say something like, I heard of that quote before, and that leads into, but then why would Rick say that? That seems like I don't know. So I'm at a loss for what they can do for Michonne, just because she's not going to leave her kids unless it's a mission to find Rick, because that does relate to, if her, baby daddy is out there and Judith's father is out there, then she owes it to the kids and to the community and to Rick, as someone who has love for her and she has love for him, to investigate, look into it, find him. And maybe she thinks it's a shorter trip than it's really going to be. With the others, it looks like they're going to do the attack from the comic. It looked like Alpha's there, which would be an interesting twist if Alpha leads the attack and then Alpha dies after the attack on Hilltop. And then I already can feel it now. Maggie's always showing up to the rescue, which I'm fine with. It was kind of like a little joke. I took it as a joke. In the comic, Maggie was always just showing up rescuing people. She even showed up pregnant. She showed up belly out to here, like, I'm here to rescue you. Which, again, was fine, because you got a machine gun. You don't need to be ultimate badass. You could just show up, and the others are like, oh shit, all right, let's bounce. She showed up, I think, against the Saviors twice alone. Just straight showed up and was like, bam, bam, let's get it. So I'm half expecting Maggie to show up at the end, and I think this would be badass. The hilltop is getting bombarded with fire arrows, and they're getting their asses kicked. And then at the last second, when there's no hope, or hope is at the lowest, Maggie comes rolling in with a few soldiers or a few fighters. They don't even got to be soldiers, just a few fighters. Just some people that she met along the way. And, you know, her travel and journey. Eduardo, I think this would be the fucking best time to bring Eduardo back. Maggie, Eduardo, and a handful of people that she knew and she was friends with. To just go and lay them all down. You know, not all of them, but just go and just hit the Whisperers hard. And then as the Whisperers start leaving because they thought they were winning, now they're getting, you know, attacked from this group they knew nothing about. And that could be a triumphant. I think that's the only way Maggie should return. Unless they have some other really cool way. I'm good for that, you know? Anyway. So yeah, the war, what's going to happen with Negan and Alpha, and then Alpha and Carol and Michonne leaving. I do feel Beta's going to survive, and the Whisperers will spill into the other half. Maybe take a hard hit, but still leave that lingering threat. And I would love it and do it better than in the comic, but have Beta and a few Whisperers be a leftover threat for season 11 and attack in different ways. You know what I mean? I think that would be badass. Anyway, you guys give your thoughts and opinions. Let me scroll up. I hate the heater in the winter. Get all stuffy. So Alpha, does that carpet match the drapes? Yeah. You can make a whole other channel titled Flaws and Awes and only do Flaws and Awes and we'll all watch. Well, I do, actually. I actually did that. It's called Telly Tally. And the only reason it's Telly Tally, though, is because future-proofing. The Flaws and Awes series is the main one, but there's also plans to do any list series, quotes, moments. There's some of them that connect to the Flaws and Awes, but again, I didn't want to do Flaws and Awes and then do a list because then everyone's going to be like, well, what is this? So anything that's edited and polished and it has to do with, counting things up, making lists, pinpointing top, whatever. And again, it falls under that, will be under the Telly Tally. And that's just right now, that's just archive, you know? I heard YouTube is cracking down on that. They don't want you doing that. Right now, it's safe because everything on Telly Tally is edited slightly. Some corrections, some changes. I added a few sentences here and there. But yeah, I do have a whole other channel. If Flaws and Awes takes off on this or that one, it doesn't matter. I want that to be my main focus, my main series. And keep The Walking Dead as like the fun thing to do. Like it started out being. You know what I mean? Anyway, do you think Rosita will die soon? Yes, 100% I feel that she will die soon. There's just too much mention of it. I don't know why they keep bringing it up. Unless they're going to trick us out and have Gabriel die, which wouldn't be a trick for a lot because he died in the comic. So, what if the show does a remix of Alpha's Duff? With Negan killing Beta instead? No, fuck that, no way. This would give a nice spin on the twist. No, again, it's not a nice spin just because it's, oh my god, it's a different character. You already set up Beta as this big badass. How would that go down? On top of that, it's this threat that would just be, it's this danger. You know, he's a dangerous weapon. And to just be dispatched like that, it's, I don't know. We had Alpha already do way more than in the comics. She's setting up, she's proven that she's whatever. If Negan striked and it was a a hard hit of a blow, I think that falls in line with what we're doing. If you just take out Beta, I don't know. I'd be so disappointed. Anyway, when you do flaws and ahs for the old Star Wars movies, right now I have no plans on it. But again, anything is possible. Anything's up in the air. It's possible, but I have no plans right now to do Star Wars. Spoiler, Negan used to cheat on his wife with other women while Beta's music was playing in the background. Easter egg. Yep. Sure. Whatever you say. I'm more ready to see Maggie's blue jeans than herself. Ouch. If they have walkie-talkies, radios, why is there no communication between Maggie and the group? Did I miss something? They were communicating through letters, and Maggie stopped talking back. I don't know. Do you think... Wait, who said this? The phrase, my mercy prevails over my wrath is connected emotionally to Michonne through Carl. He learned it from Siddiq and told it to Rick in his letter. Rick and Siddiq with his recent passing. Yeah, Joe, cool. I appreciate the history lesson, brother. But again, that doesn't tell us anything about the writer's intentions on what he actually meant with that. Sure, yeah. What's his name said it to Carl, and then fucking Rick was repeating it because Carl put it in his letter or some shit like that. How did Siddiq had just died, so she had that. She was thinking about Rick, Carl. Hell, I'm fine if she was thinking about all three of them, and that's why she was extra emotional. Again, it doesn't align up. Well, what exactly are we going for here? Unless it's just thinking of the past and getting sad over it. Do you think we'll see Tobias in one of the CR? I could care less about Tobias, to be honest. What about Flaws and Ahs for the Martian? I just watched a couple weeks ago and thought it was really good. Probably not. Maybe if it gets voted for heavily, then anything. Again, if it gets voted for, that's out of my hands. You know, you guys could pick a movie I hate. It's fine, but I don't know about The Martian. First time brought it up, but you never know. A lot of people could be interested. Do you think Negan will rat out Gamma to Alpha? I don't think he will. Maybe he will. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he knows right now, does he? How about instead of love tap or nut tap, just use Walker kills per dollar donated, one less syllable? Walker kill per dollar donated? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like we got 5 Walker kills. Again, I just don't feel like that has the same ring to it as but we'll see. We'll see. Send a super chat FYI. Oh shit, what happened there? Oh, there it is. Ranch King. What do you expect to see with Maggie's return with a $2 dono? Thank you very much for the dono. Sorry that I missed it. Maggie's, what do I expect to see? I expect something small. Actually, I just went over it. She shows up, helps them out of a jam, and it's a so close to the end of the series. That's it. She could show up, 2 episodes before it ends, and it's split storytelling, so we don't see her in the last 2, but it's still not the end. You get what I'm saying? But that's what I expect. I expect she shows up, helps them in a big way in a part of the fight, and then her story spills over into season 11 with explaining more of where she was and yada, yada, yada. What tank mod? Bro, I don't have any idea. I know it's a drag tank. I don't know anything about... I'm sorry, drag mod. I don't know anything about the tank here. Have you watched The Irishman? Yes, I like it. Would you agree that Star Wars is cocky dude? Yeah, it's dog shit. What are your thoughts on Virgil? You think villain or ally? Love the actor in The Leftovers. He's probably an ally. With Michonne going off, I don't think it matters. If he's only in it for this, unless they bring him back around and it connects to Commonwealth. But then again, well, why does it connect to that and not to where Michonne went? If he's in it for just this moment, I really don't think he's a villain or ally. You can flip a quarter and just pick one. I'm just going to go with an ally. Just because villain shit, it's too much. And what villain helps someone? You know what I mean? We get the villain twist too much. Just keep him an ally. Imagine if The Walking Dead was on HBO, that shit would be bomb, booger budget, with Negan cursing. Well, they have a messed up history, but if it was done now, sure, it would be alright. Do you think the Whispers is inside Rosita's home in the trailer? I expect that to be real. I would hate it if it was just a hallucination. First off, I hate hallucinations, and second off, they show her tackling him in another clip. So I'm hoping, or at least that's what I thought it was. I might not have paid attention to that. I'm hoping it's real. I want to see if Laws and Oz of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I have that one on the shelf. Again, we just need people to vote on it. That's all. So, and that is in the horror genre, so that's likely to be up there. Did you see the art of the Best Buy Steelbook of the Joker? Yeah, I put it on Instagram. It looks pretty cool. Have you noticed Dante and Virgil allegory on the shows? Dante's Inferno reference? No, I didn't notice that. Do you think Negan will rat out Gamma and Alpha? I don't think Negan knows, does he? Nice to have you back, Olivia. She hasn't caught a live stream in a long time, is what she said. So to pull Morales with Virgil, pull Morales. Well, yeah, pretty much. The original Star Wars I like with Darth Vader and Luke, but the other stuff is except the men. Yeah, I like the original, but I don't like the prequels, and I especially don't like the Disney trilogy. What do you think Beta's hiding at the bottom of that abandoned RV in the promo? I don't know. They got walkers underground. Not that I can remember, they haven't set anything else up. So I could only imagine either the tunnel that connects to the walkers they keep in the caves, or some type of added weapons, stuff like that they've found, stash, because keep in mind, they're a tribe that moves all the time. So if they have a place to keep shit stashed, that's what I would think. What do you think Beta's hiding? What's your top 3 favorite characters on The Walking Dead currently? I'm not picking Michonne because she's leaving. So, and Maggie's been gone a while, so it's got to be top 3. Father Gabriel, Negan, and Daryl. I prefer Joker over Taxi Driver. Yeah. What type of movie do you prefer? I think it's better Joker, Avengers, Endgame, Infinity War. I think Joker is a better movie. Avengers, Endgame, I know there's a lot of people that are going to flip their shit and be like, but you got to understand and this is part of, I believe, part of what Martin Scorsese was trying to say. And again, he said it poorly. He worded it poorly. He just did. But with Avengers Endgame, there's a big difference between a fun movie that you can just brush stuff aside and, movies that are grounded. And again, that's what Scorsese was talking about when it comes to cinema versus other movies. And I think it's better understood if you use examples like Spaceballs. You guys know Spaceballs? I got it. Scary movie. You guys know the parodies. If you're out there and oh my God, you love those movies. I mean, you watch them all the time. They make you happy. You love the way it's done and this, that, and the third. uh, you're not going to sit there and argue. Well, I shouldn't say it like that, but it has this. Unfortunately, it has this. Now I see why he worded it like that, because it's tricky. I never thought about it before, so allow me to formulate the right words while I'm trying to help you understand how I'm thinking of it. It just has something about it that makes it easier to explain away different things, like with the parody movies, comedy, slapstick. You can just have something happen. An edit doesn't matter. A person could be right outside in the thing. He's right over here. Storylines don't have to be exactly grounded and stuff like that. When it comes to Avengers Endgame, I do 100% agree. It's more like an enjoyment thing, an amusement park more than it is cinematic experience. Something that'll move you. Now, keep in mind, I think there's a lot of movies that splinter off into those different categories that I don't hold it against them. Like Boondock Saints, a perfect example. We did a Flaws and Oz, and I've loved that movie since the first time I saw it, back in 1999. I don't hold up Boondock Saints and then look at Train to Busan and go, oh my God, Boondock Saints is such a shittier movie just because Train to Busan is more grounded, more realistic. It has, and that's even with zombies in it, it has an emotional impact. It hits you in the gut. It has symbolism. It has a message. Boondock Saints doesn't have a message. It's just a wet dream of killing bad guys. You know what I'm saying? But it's so fun. That's how I see, and it doesn't mean I'm right. That's how I see Avenger movies. They are fun, and they're in a separate category than something I would take seriously when it comes to, again, I hate using words like cinema, or when it comes, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You're only, as long as you enjoy it just, that's all that matters. But you're asking me what I prefer, better, Joker or Avengers Endgame. And I prefer Joker better because it navigates with less brushing off storylines like time travel. It's just, oh yeah, beep bop boop, Tony beep boop bop. It doesn't take as much skill and craft to just say Tony's smart, he did it. You get what I'm saying? It's still fun, it's still awesome. You got certain shots that just don't make sense. Again, why people made fun of the girls lined up, because it didn't make sense in this whole battle. They didn't set it up. And here's the thing, ladies, or not even ladies, men, yell at Marvel. They don't fucking care. They don't care about you. They don't care what you think. They don't care that you snap everyone's face off when they say that's a cringy, stupid looking scene. And it is. The reason why they don't care is because if I cared, I would have had it set up where it was the real battle. You saw the people and you saw how they got into position, and they got you know what they thought? Fuck it. We want our ladies lined up, but it's so not important to them. They just lined them up. They didn't care that it looked so dumb and out of place. And even though, whether it's all guys or all girls, you get your heroes lined up, you get a hero shot. It's cool. But if you take that lineup, give me a poster, I think it looks fantastic. But if you're in the middle of a battle and give me that scene, I don't care if it's guys, I don't care if it's girls, I don't care if it's all baby Yodas. It looks dumb. You know what I mean? Even though it doesn't look dumb by itself, in the middle of a battle it looks dumb. And it looks dumb because they don't care about you. They don't care about what you have to say about it. They just wanted to shut you up and give you that one scene. So they did it the laziest way possible. I got on a side tangent, but I just want to make that clear. I'm sick of people standing up for that scene when the people creating that scene don't fucking care about you. They only put that in there to shut you up. That scene should have been done organically or smooth. And again, that's why I put certain movies off to the side when it comes to picking which one is better. Because Joker the storytelling doesn't write off shit like that. There's going to be a few flaws where it does here and there. But Infinity War is whatever they can. Oh, back in time travel. Oh, inventing this, doing this. Captain Marvel, doing the. It's just, yeah, whatever. Because, again, it's not. uh, I'll have to think of a better worded essay to come out of this. I'm afraid to look at the comment section now, but uh, it it just yeah, I'll have to sit back and word it a lot better with less words so you can see what I mean. Ronnie, the budget cut in season 10 can be seen through the bottle episodes, right? I don't know if the budget was cut in season 10. The budget was small to begin with. So even if it was cut or not, it doesn't have the budget it needs still. No Carol in the top three. Well, that's tricky. Um, fuck. See what I mean? Carol and Gabe's a tie. Fine. How do you like that? See, Daryl and Negan are in it no matter what. Negan's one of the more interesting ones. Daryl, he's been an actor and a character I've liked. I got real frustrated for a couple seasons just with what they did with the character, but that's an actor I've liked since, again, Boondock Saints in 1999. So it's hard for me to just say Daryl doesn't count. For those 2 seasons, he was my least favorite. I hated what they did with Daryl, but I want to see more of Gabriel. I know the actor has a lot of charm and charisma, and we've gotten a ton from Carol. So, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going back to that. I've gotten a lot of Carol. She's number 4. We haven't gotten a lot from Gabriel, and I want more. We've gotten some. He's been in it for a while, but we just need more of the more meat to sink our teeth into. Brandon's offended. I don't know why. Have you seen Gamma's sweater puppets in American Beauty? I saw American Beauty. Was she in that? Yeah, cheddar cheese. See y'all, Star Hacker. The tunnel Beta jumps into that's under the RV is part of the sewage system connecting to Alexandria, allowing Beta to go into Alexandria. Dante probably spilled the beans. How do you know that's connected to Alexandria? I mean, where does one even get that idea? And again, is this something you read in a spoiler, or is this something you're guessing? If you're guessing that, I mean, how did you put 2 and 2 together? I just want to say I appreciate you. And the reason I'm asking that is because there's no hints whatsoever. Dante wasn't near any sewer systems. We haven't seen any sewer systems except for All Out War. That's that's seasons ago. They didn't hint to any of that unless I missed it. I just want to say I appreciate you taking the time to respond to my many comments in the comment section of your vids. Thanks for the extra work, Ronnie. Thank you very much for hanging out, Joe. Cool. Will you make Flaws and Oz video on Friday the 13th? Yes, absolutely. Friday the 13th, as of right now, again, we're going to start voting soon. As of right now, Friday the 13th is next after the Romero's Dead series. So by the time we get to it, it will likely go Night of the Living Dead. If there's nothing else, Friday the 13th Part 1, Dawn of the Dead, Friday the 13th Part 2, Day of the Dead, Friday 3, and then it'll go to Land of the Dead Part 4, and then we'll do the remakes. Night of the Living Dead 1990, Part 5 or whatever we're at, and then Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, that was the remake. What movie makes you laugh the most? I think Liar Liar. Probably Dutch. Dutch was a older one. The Super with Joe Pesci, that's an older one. Jingle All the Way is funny as hell. We make Flaws in Oz videos. Okay, right. Something newer? I can't remember anything newer that's a comedy. I like comedies, but I find I don't gravitate towards them a lot. Okay, those are Flaws in Oz. Cabin in the Woods, Wrong Turn. Most of those are already on the list. I'd probably have to add The Thinner, The Ruins. I hated The Ruins. 13 Ghosts, I also hated that as well. Most of those will be on there. Have you watched Super Troopers? Yeah, I think everyone's watched that and got stoned once in a while. Flaws in Oz, The New Joker, that's definitely on there. Do you think could they keep Beta leaving movie poorly grounded? now help to something 100% more off Busan. I don't know if you're drunk or I'm wasted. Deagle 9, Flaws and Aws for Saw eventually. Yeah, that'll, it's horror, so that'll be on there. I don't know if it's going to be in 2020 or 2021. I mean, there's tons of, we can only do like 50 movies, and that's like with a miracle. If Flaws and Aws picks up and it's on fire and I can just do that full time, which again, that's, who knows if that's even possible. But if it did, then who knows? We might be able to do, let's say, 6 a month instead of 4 a month. Right now, more than 3 a month is going to be an oh my god, I can't believe we pulled that off. Predator statue or new computer? New computer. I mean, listen, I love the Predator, having a statue. I don't even have a Predator statue. I'm a massive, insane, lunatic Predator fan. I have a NECA and then like a bust from whatever, but it's nowhere near as detailed as a statue would be. But I have Predator stuff, but a Predator statue, like those, $2,000 ones, oh my god, my jaw would drop. But I need the new computer because it would be way easier to burn through content. That's another thing. If I upgrade the computer, I can get work done even faster. Right now, every time I make a button in my editing software, because you're dealing with the high resolution, every time you have to count to 5, do another thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do another, because it'll freeze every 5 seconds just to keep loading up. So I would pick a new computer in a heartbeat, which is something I do plan on upgrading in the new year. What you smoking? It's Cali Vapor. I don't know what it is. Where the fuck did it go? Cali Vapor's Devil's Punch Bowl. There you go. Will you be making Flaws and Aws on the original Halloween? Oh, definitely. Bird Box, again, let's just, with the, any and every movie, even though it's primarily horror and sci-fi, any and every movie has the potential to be made. If you guys, add to, I don't know, the comment section here and there, just say, I'm interested in this. You don't have to ask me, because it's going to be the same answer every time. If you guys bring it up a lot, or if there's a lot of interest with a lot of people saying, oh yeah, definitely do that movie. But keep in mind, let me make this really clear. In maybe December or January when we get to it, the members, the people who donate, the people who keep Flaws and Aws going by, not just not going, but the people who add to that are getting that extra benefit of being able to vote specifically. So we're going to be pulling the list of the most requested, and it will be the members and the Patreons that will vote on what's coming up. So all you have to do is just show interest for it. That'll get it on the list, and then members can soon vote. They don't have to vote in December because we already have a December list, but I will be putting a list in mid-December, I guess, for voting in January. And that's going to be picking out, I'm looking at what you guys are saying, so I'm going to start pulling ideas and putting together a list of 20, 30, and then when people vote, we'll pick the best 4, and then we'll do another one in January for February. You get what I'm saying? So there's a number of different options. I just had to say that I absolutely love Flaws and Aws. Good stuff. Thank you very much. I really like it. I'm struggling with the structure. That's one thing. Every Flaw and Aw right now I'm real struggling with because, again, part of it is showing it, but I'm also getting frustrated with not taking so long. For example, somebody got mad, like two people, maybe it's not a lot, but 2 people got mad because I didn't do any combo flaws, but I did combo Aws. And here's the thing is, Gabriel got one. I think he got 5 points for killing Dante. And there was no combo flaw. Combo flaws are going to be really rare because it's easier for people to accept a great scene than it is for someone to accept a super bad scene. I'm not just adding 5 points, adding 10. It's not random. I'm picking different things in the scene and in the moment, and there could be multiple different factors, and each factor gets a point. So that's why it's a combo. With the flaws, Rosita's fight was a combo flaw, but they didn't realize I broke down each point and then gave it a specific point. Rosita with the knife versus towel and how bad it looked, point. The throwing them, point. The other thing, point. Yeah, I think Rosita's fight by itself got like 4 points. Whoever can rewatch it and see for yourself, but there's multiple points. And then the Gabriel scene got multiple points for the different situations with the character, the scene itself, how it looked, how it came out, what it does for the future of the characters, and this story progression is a big one. Twist is another one. A twist is one that applied to the Gabriel scene because it's very unlike the Gabriel character. But these are things that go, it's not just like, oh, it's cool that he died. No, it's a double. It's cool. It has a twist. Bam. But this had other things added on with it. So when I'm putting Bone Tomahawk together, the intro, if I sit there and go dialogue, the scene dressing, the environment, I could do that, but it's going to take me, 3 minutes of a 15-minute video to explain the fucking intro. But if I just sit there and do a breeze over the intro and then give it a combo that's what I'm struggling with based on the structure and doing it right. So I'm trying to work something out. I think I'm on to something. I think I'm going to do an example of how they get the points, because for everyone I've added up how they all get the points, even when it's a bonus. It's not just like, oh, you magically get 10. Train to Busan had points even for the setup and payoff. When it did the emotional thing, it had stuff like that. So it was like, okay, this, and this. And it had 2 of them where it had 10 points. I think in the video description, I'm going to write down how they get the points. And then in the actual video, I'm just going to do a condensed version. Keep in mind, they're still going to be 15, 20, 30 minutes long, the video. But if I get real descriptive, the videos are going to be 50 minutes. And that's what I'm struggling with right now. Ironic, just swinging by, marking my high school students, grade 11 and whatever. Okay, you're a teacher, huh? Nice. All the way from Australia. You make this dreaded process a little easier. Thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate that. We're going to be ending here soon, though. Let me see. Oh, yeah, we're definitely past time. Let me see any recent with what we have seen so far with Father Gabriel. Do you think he is the one that let Negan out? Maybe even told him to infiltrate? No, because he would look really stupid for his reaction. Keep in mind, he's in the cell alone. No one's there. And he did this reaction. And it would look terrible. Maybe not for him, but for the writers and the director. Oh my God, that would be embarrassing how bad that is. So he can't be the one. He could, but it would look dumb. I'm pretty excited about The Walking Dead might connect to Pittsburgh. That's my hometown and where Night of the Living Dead originated. Yes, it is. Yes, it damn sure is. I mean, it's supposed to go up that way. So I think, past it. You know what I'm saying? I think Michonne holding Lucille's a flashback because she's wearing the bandana and has old hairstyle. I mean, I don't care what it is, but as long as it's actually in the show. Then how do you explain Beta getting into Alexandria undetected by the guards? I don't have to explain Beta getting into Alexandria undetected by the guards. Why do I have to explain that? Supervids Entertainment, you're the one who said you know what it's for. I asked you, how do you know what it's for? You can't just ask me to explain something then. All right, so you're saying that's how, instead of answering the question and saying that's how you knew or you guessed, that's what he's doing. My only thing to that is, of course he's going to be in there. Well, wait. I shouldn't talk like that because maybe you didn't read the comic. But yeah, they get inside the War of the Whisperers. They get in the safe zone. That's something that I fucking couldn't. Oh my God. I could not tolerate that when we got there in the comic because it was so underwhelming. But if it's a straight on attack, then he's just leading the horde in there. But if he's sneaking in there, then fine. I mean, he sneaks in there. I don't know. Does he use the sewer? All right, sure. But I was just wondering how you got there. I'm not arguing with you. Okay, fine. He, gets in through the sewer system. But there's just no setup with Dante. They don't need one. Most underused character this season so far, I gotta say, is Alden, Earl, Jerry, because they did fuck all. Thanks, writers. Well, that's one extra problem that I didn't see this. I'll get to that in a second. That's one extra problem that I'm having with The Walking Dead is they're getting rid of older characters. They're not building up some of the newer characters where we like them, and it's kind of like shoddy built. Like Sadiq had terrible build up, just because we had some scenes with him, it wasn't enough to grow a connection with him, and he's already dead. I mean, honestly, let's be real here. Did anyone even give a shit? I mean, did you guys care like when Shane died? I mean, did you care when Tyrese died? Did you even care when, you get what I'm saying? Did you? No. I can't remember the last character that, what was a character that was introduced and they did a great job, made us connect, and then killed him off quickly. He just needed more time to simmer. I'm sure we get one. It's not like, it's not impossible. I just can't remember who was the last one. I'm drawing a blank. I just had to say that I absolutely love Flaws and All's good stuff. Thank you very much. Why do you think Rick movies are taking so long, financing or what? I don't have any idea, but I would imagine the whole thing is an issue. The story, the contract, the timing, the location scouting. They're just not going to go, okay, here's a script, let's go. The first issue is the first movie is a huge deal. They would need to get all that in a row and figure out the scheduling. Do you know if they already started filming the Rick movies? As far as I know, they haven't, but I'm not looking into it like that, though. Hopefully we can get them before 2022. Cheers. I was thinking 2020, but 2020, 2021 might be where it's at. Deagle9 with a $2 love tap. Fave and least fave Saw movie? Brother, I have no idea. Favorite is Saw 1, no, without a doubt. But least fave, I have no clue. I don't know. I just haven't put them together like that. I know I dislike a bunch of them. I do enjoy the Saw series overall, though, because of I find them fun with all the different. Some of it gets ridiculous though, but I just find it fun. I like the idea and the concept, especially of how it all connects. Do you think we'll still be doing YouTube in 5 years? Do you think you will still be doing YouTube in 5 years? Well, that's tricky. If it changes, then no, but if YouTube doesn't do anything and everything stays the same, sure, why not? What's your thoughts on the rumors on The Walking Dead ending? I already went over that. My opinion is, sure, it could end, but it's not going away. Not related. How was your day today? Listen, my days are shitty until we get out of December. I just got so much going on. I got fucking 10 things every single day to get done. Once December, in January, I'm hoping my workload lightens up a bit. But thank you for asking. Do you think we will still be doing... I already did that one. Have you spoken about Gamma and Aaron? Gamma fully turning on Aaron and joins our group, maybe? I haven't spoken on it. I don't really know if there's much to talk about. Just, she gets caught and killed by her own kind, or she joins our group. I don't know if there's anything else to do besides those two options. Or I should say, I don't know if they're going to do anything else besides those two options. Does The Office make you laugh? Yeah, some scenes. Live streams, I don't know what you're saying. Oh, Flaws and All's live streams? No way. That won't work at all. You got to have the graphics. I mean, between the graphics and what Flaws and All's are we doing, you'd have to watch something. You got copyrights. You know what I'm saying? You have to stop it to pick it out. No, I see that being a clustered mess. Unless you have an idea of what you were thinking of specifically, that wouldn't just be watching a movie on stream and then picking out the good and the bad. Because it's possible to do that, but also it would be like a commentary, Flaw and All. That's something. But if your flaws and ahs keep running back to back to back, you're gonna be saying this a lot: dialogue, joke. Oh my god, the scene, the action, it's awesome. You get what I'm saying? That's why it works in video form so well, because you can stop, talk about why it's great, show the scene itself, and then stop, talk about what you love, show a scene, have a clip. Are you going to cover the Things in the Thing remake? The Thing, definitely. Did you know the Image just released with the Alien as a separate comic? Wait, what? Did you know that Image just released the Alien as a separate comic? Okay, Image Comics released Alien as a separate comic. I heard they were doing it. I didn't know they did it already. Yeah, we're thinking about doing it on past episodes. Do we know how Aaron started talking to Gamma in the first place? Yeah, we saw that. Ree Brown, what are you doing? We saw that. She cut her hand. Do they have regular talks, and why does no one seem to think this is stupid or dangerous at all? Yeah, we've covered all that. If you're asking about that, you missed like a whole episode. We already covered that, or at least they did on the show. And yes, it's been brought up of how problematic it could be in a couple episodes. Siddiq turned after 3 to 4 minutes. Did I miss something because I thought it was longer? It took a few hours. No, Shane turned immediately too. So don't forget. Now with Shane, they used the excuse he was in an aggravated state. It's AMC, The Walking Dead. People turn. They just don't care. That was an argument. Just wanted to get your take on it. Excuse me. Yeah, I was just joking. I just, breaking balls because you just came back with a question. Like, just tell me how you came up with that idea. You know what I mean? Or prediction or something. So now we know. There's a clip of Beta inside a house, and you saw him jumping down the thing, and you thought, hey, sewer. It lines up. It's possible. Definitely is. I'm just saying, if you're looking at me for confirmation, I have no idea, because I would have thought we would get set up like Dante even just peeking at the sewer system, or we're going to get some type of setup in that episode specifically, which is possible. Do you like Minority Report? Yeah, I actually do like that one. Alpha's in that too, if that's what you're going to mention. What's your favorite mid-season finale of The Walking Dead? I know I'm going to forget one. The Barn. All-time favorite. Fuck yes. I was watching The Walking Dead first episode and noticed they had dead bodies in cars that never turned, and zombie girl that picks up a teddy bear, and a little confusing. Yeah, I did a video on that. You could just search inconsistent walkers, and my video explains it. Not only do I explain why it's like that, but if you want an extra laugh and go into the comment section, I remember getting a ton of comments where people were mad. They were like, that's not true. It's because they're fresh, and fresh zombies are like a threat, dude. They could like pick up shit. They have one comment I had to laugh. Because, and this is maybe a fan who's just either stoned or stupid, and they're thinking of George Romero. And the Romero movies where the guy's like a fucking zombie gas station guy, and he can remember pumping gas. This is the shit I hated growing up. Loved zombies, but oh my god, did I hate that idea of zombies remembering human traits. Oh my god, I hated it. Or at least the way they did it. Like straight zombies. And then after a while, they start remembering they used to pump gas, so they pump gas. Anyhow, so someone left a comment, and they were like, dude, what do you... And I love how they're so, like, fucking right in their head. They're so mean about it. And it's like, what are you, fucking stupid, dude? Don't you remember? The zombies, like, remember who they are, and they pump gas, and they, like, go to the mall, man. You're so fucking stupid. Why are you making videos, and you don't know this shit, yo? And it's like, yo, what are you talking about? That's a different fucking movie, brother. This is The Walking Dead. That's George Romero zombie movies. That's not the same thing. All zombies don't have to do the same shit. I even got a comment like that and I saved it too. I had to. It was so funny because the guy was so wrong. I don't even know if I saved it like that. I think I saved it and then deleted it because I was like, I don't want to blow a spot up. But If I still saved it, I'm gonna read it. Not his name, but I'm gonna read it out to you because that shit was funny. Nah, I'm not gonna be able to find this now. I bet you any money I deleted it. Yeah. It was something where yeah, I deleted that shit. Fuck. I had to have deleted it, but it was something I can't even remember what it was. But the person was like, without a doubt, dead wrong. And they were so mean. They were a hater comment. I know I had saved some. Haven't watched season 9, episode 11. This is a different one. Oh, I'm sorry. That was something for is this no, that's a newer one. Or older. Oh, that's an old one. I was gonna do a hate comment video. Damn, that sucks because that shit was fucking hilarious. Never mind. Oh well. It would have been funny, but oh well. Have you seen Sin City, Flaw? I've seen Sin City. In your opinion, when the Walking Dead TV show is killing it back in the day, which season do you think the series hit its highest peak? For me, season 5. Well, I think the highest peak is the same with the ratings. Season 5 was the peak, and then it was downhill from there. Yeah, it took a while for me to accept Bub and Day of the Dead. I've accepted that movie, but I still agree that smart zombies like that are silly. Well, here's the thing, too. Even back then, I thought it was so dumb, and I hated it. Once we got movies with heart, zombie movies with heart, and they were more respected and more grounded, because that was my thing. I wanted the zombie movies, but more grounded and more of a threat and better, well done. I wanted filmmakers to make a zombie movie, but make it the same way someone would make Goodfellas or Gone with the Wind. Take it serious, maybe not over the top serious, but treat it like a real project. And then when The Walking Dead came, we got other movies. We got The Last of Us, Train to Busan. We got more and more and more. Now that we have a variety, I can go back and I like some of the shit that's in the older ones just for the variety. I still have more flaws than or more that, well, maybe not. But I still like some of the shit. I still prefer zombies don't pump gas. Anyway, Nicole Poliski. Why does that remind me of Holushki? With a $20 dono, almost missed tonight. Well, thank you very much for popping in to see how we're doing and appreciate the support for the channel. I know we're going to be ending soon. I'll give it an extra few minutes, though, since you popped in. We'll go an extra few minutes. What the hell? Not sure if you already talked about it, but do you think they will drag out Alpha's death to episode 15 or 16? I hope not. That would be terrible, I feel. If someone invented a way to erase specific memories so you could watch the Walking Dead movies again, if it were the first time, would you use it? What would be your first use? That's a tricky one, man. Off the top of my head, I would think, shit, you know what? Yeah, but then it's like, I don't want to. My very first memory, I mean, I don't want to erase that. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a big deal. I was waiting for something since I was a kid. Like this is not bullshit. This is not like I don't know, to create an interesting clickbait video. I shit you not. When I tell you I was a lifetime zombie fan, I'm not shitting you. I don't know what it was, but since I was little, when I got put onto a scary movie and then I ventured into started sneaking more and more. And again, zombies were just zombies. When I was at the age, they were everywhere. They were all around. But then when I started specifically getting into them, I hated the character. I thought the people were stupid. And I thought it was just because I was younger and I just didn't like or understand the adults. But No, as an adult, most of them, they suck. Anyhow, I love the zombie and the zombie gore, but I always wanted it to be taken more seriously, with better actors and better effects and better graphics and more consistency with zombies and better looking and yada yada yada. And then with The Walking Dead, that moment where that's something that even up until that point I didn't think we got fully. That moment watching The Walking Dead for the first time, I'll never forget that. I know right in Wilkes-Barre which apartment. I know exactly the memory of running outside. My best friend lived across the street. We lived in this little alleyway. And I remember he was out grocery shopping and he came back and I watched episode 1 and 2 back to back. I ran back outside and I was like, dude, he's unloading his car. And I'm like, bro, this is it. This is what we've been waiting for a while. And I think it was closer to season 2. I correlate it with like right in the beginning, but I'm pretty sure it was season 2 where I made the comment like, this is our modern day Star Wars. And I remember the people I was talking to, they were like, you're fucking retarded. You know what I mean? Like, you have no idea what you're talking about. And I told them, I was like, bro, no, this shit is going to explode. And sure the fuck enough, it did, I would never want to erase that and just to watch it over again. Then again, that's, if we're just, that's, no, I'm good. I got it the first time, not sure if you already talked about it, but do you think they would drag out Alpha? Oh, I already did talk about that. Flaws and Oz, Exorcist, only the original. It's likely. Would you be disappointed if they drag out the rest of the Whisperers story and kill Alpha in 10:15, circling back to the Pikes in 9:15? Here's the thing. If they don't give us bullshit filler in between, then no. If it's all great story, then fuck yeah, do it. Do anything. I don't care if you kill Alpha in season 11, episode 15. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you kill Alpha in season 15. If the story's fantastic, I'm here, and I'll love it. But if there's nothing going on and they're stuck in a cave for all of episode 9 and that's all it is, even if one person dies, that's dumb. It's a waste of my time. I think it would be cool if we could all just rewatch Lost and go over episodes. Yeah, that would, again, here's the thing too. Again, if the channel is, let's say the channel is, we have 2 million subscribers and the channel is self-sufficient, right? And it's fucking blowing up, bringing in more money than Mr. Beast got. I could just pay for editors. That's all a joke. Obviously, the channel's never, we could grow to somewhat, but we're always going to have a limit to what we can do with the content we go with. But let's say, I'm a millionaire next week. I won the lottery. And I could just pay for editors. You got it. You want to do, Lost, fucking the whole series with Flaws and Oz? Good. I'm going to get a Lost writer. Done. They can write it. We'll do it up. And an editor. All I have to do is you get an editor and someone to write the script. I put my touches on it. I do the audio. They edit it together. The script. Are you kidding me? We can do Lost. I can do, 2 movies a week. It'll be fucking 10 times, not 10 times. It'll be 3 times what I said what we would do. Like 9 to fucking 15 vids a week. Maybe that's way too much, but you get what I'm saying? So if it doesn't, I don't know, depending on how much we grow and where the interest is, if everyone's like, fuck yes, Lost, let's do it, who knows? Maybe we get there. But that's a lot of episodes. That's a lot of seasons. Lost would be, there'd have to be like 100,000 people ready to go, like interested. You know what I mean? For us to jump into that. But you never know. Maybe. Chris Stanley with a $5 dono. Great stream, Ronnie Hill, brother. Thank you very much for that dono and support. I know, touching back to something I did previously talk about with Dexter and Lost. Now, I'm going to mention this as, keep in mind, this was part of an idea I was working on. I'm not promising we're doing this. But with the Flaws and Oz, before I did it, I had mentioned I wanted to do the Dexter video. You remember? Now, part of the idea was to show pilots. And that way, we can do Lost, episode 1, Flaws and Oz. Dexter, episode 1. And the gimmick would be, we're doing, or the safety net, I should say, we're doing TV show pilots. So that way we didn't have everyone expecting episode 2 and 3 and 4. So we could do all the pilots. But if one of them blew up, if excuse me, if we did Lost and we had like 500,000 people watch it, well, oh my God, well that's more than enough. We'll do episode 2, and then let's say all of them come back. Holy fuck it, we'll do episode 3. That's how it takes off. So yeah, in the future, next year sometime, will we dip our toes into pilot episodes and the episodes that get a certain amount of likes or a certain amount of views or a certain amount of support? Will we keep going? I think I would love to. You know what I mean? But we just got to make it through December and March and then open up. Right now, we have a rough schedule, December and January. February, I just got to see where we're at. And then March, if everything stays on schedule. And that's based on the analytics, what we've been pulling in right now. If the analytics stay the same as far as the growth it shows, we'll be straight in March to do 3 a month, no doubt. Maybe 4 a month if we do good, without a doubt. And obviously the idea is within the next few months we can start adding more to that, not just keep it at that. Anyway, The Last of Us 2, May 2020. I better see you playing. The Last of Us is getting played, without a doubt. Have you seen Frozen 2? I loved it. Second time was better. No, I haven't watched Frozen. After the show catches up with the comics, would you want them to continue with the original story or end it? If they got enough to tell, keep it going. Why not? But if they're losing steam, then shut it down. Chris Stanley with a $5 dono. Great stream, Ronnie Hale, brother. Thank you very much for the love tap. Did you like Dracula Uncut? I don't even remember that. I know I like Dracula with Gary Oldman and... No, that was Bram Stoker's Dracula. I don't know what you're talking about, Dracula Uncut. Refresh my memory. I like Bram Stoker's Dracula, though. How come you never made that Dexter video? It's coming up. Again, like I just explained, I didn't want to... Well, the original idea was... It was a different version of the Flaws in Oz, but now that we're already committed to Flaws in Oz, it was like a prototype example, and it morphed into what it is now. So even if I went back, it would just be an inferior version of the Flaws in Oz structure. You know what I'm saying? And it would probably come off as weird and kind of like Flaws in Oz, but not all the way. But that's because, that was like a prototype version of what Flaws in Oz became. So Dexter's done until, like I said before, maybe we revisit TV show pilots. Great fucking answer, brah. Thank you very much. I don't know what answer that was for. Y'all know that Comic Death for Alpha was perfect, though. I disagree. Well, wait a minute. Yes, I think the death itself is badass. What they did before it was weak as hell. They didn't give enough with that character. Kim, no fan of zombies until The Walking Dead. That's no fun. The Shield, Vic and Shane instead of Rick and Shane. I love The Shield spin. Don't tempt me. The Shield's one of my favorite shows. All right, after the show catches up, I already did that. Is this an older show called Helix the Zombie? Wait. Oh, okay. There is an older show. It's a show? I never even heard of that. How old is it? What are your favorite seasons ranked? I'm not going to do a ranking just because I'm not going to get it right and I'm just going to spit out anything just to answer you. I haven't thought of it. You know what I'm saying? If you want an estimated ranking, season 3, 7, and 8 are at the bottom of the list somewhere. Season 1, season 4, closer to the top. Season 2, 5, and 6 in the middle somewhere. That's the best ranking I can do right off the top of my head. I don't know what it is, but I'm terrible at that shit. Like, if you told me rank Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street, I could tell you like the 1 or 2 I like the best, but as far as a serious rank, I don't know. Especially episodes, the worst is when people say, I don't know why, but like someone asked, it had to have been a joke. Someone was like, what's your favorite movie in 2017? I don't know what came out in 2017. I don't know what came out in 2018, 2019, 2012, unless I covered it specifically for something and the number is seared into my brain like Predator. You know what I'm saying? 87. Fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990. And that's just because it goes with certain things that I've gone over time and time again. And the reason for that is because I've always been into movies, so I'll hear about a movie that is being developed in 1 year and it doesn't release. So for The Joker, I've heard about it since 2018. As an example, you know, you hear about it, the production, you follow it, and then it doesn't release until 2019. But it's just somewhere in that area. You get what I'm saying? So I'm terrible with remembering shit like that. What is more valuable in The Walking Dead, razors for grooming or bullets? I would have to say bullets. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Who do you think will kill Beta? Well, in the comic, it was just well, actually, it was Aaron. So that'd be a nice touch in the show, but it has to be done cool, though. It has to be done cool. In the comic, it was lame. The best way to remix the Negan Alpha scene is to include Carol is reveal leg. Bring a Carol a little souvenir from the Wizard. You know what I mean? Yeah, again, I know there are fans that would like. I'm not big on the whole who let Negan out thing. I know we're gonna get some reveal because they already set it up, but and with what Carol's been doing, it would make sense to just pick her because it fits with her beef with Daryl. And that would honestly help with Carol's story being built up as a Carol versus Alpha. Because if Carol's the one who let Negan out, then in fact, she is directly involved with her death. And again, that would help. And again, it's something I love. Okay? I just don't find it to be like that, oh my God, he let Carol out. You get what I mean? But I do agree. I think if you're going to kill two birds with one stone, then have Carol be the reason. I don't know why they didn't drop any hints. I hate when they fucking leave shit out just to have a twist later. I would love clever hints. Now, have Carol be the reason. And that way she doesn't need to directly kill Alpha because the weapon she let out is the one that killed Alpha. I think that works. It probably works the best. The only reason why I still watch The Walking Dead is because your vids, streams make it better. Really feel like there is something missing in the show, but I don't want to give it up. Thank you very much. I'm glad you find these entertaining at least. And yeah, I just saw that. Carol put the head on the border pike. I agree. That would be cool. Maybe that's why they didn't put Dante's head, but that would be fucking awesome if they did put Dante's. And then they put fucking Alpha's right next to Dante's. Tell me that shit wouldn't be badass. And they put, two of the Whisperers' head, and then some of the Whisperers are like, oh no, you know what I mean? Or imagine how badass if it was like, it gets kind of corny when you get into the pitching the idea, but Beta can be there and see him. Beta can be alone and see them putting the head on, build something off of that. Anyway, thank you very much, Delano. I'm sorry you don't enjoy The Walking Dead. I definitely understand something feels missing. I agree. But I'm glad you enjoyed the videos. What do you use to edit? Sony Vegas. It's Sony Movie Studio, but they put it under the Vegas banner. So, but when I bought it, it was Sony Movie Studio, like 15 or something. The movie Don't Breathe was okay, but took a weird turn when the dude brought out the turkey baster. Yeah, that got weird as fuck. If Carol let Negan out to get at Alpha, but she's still going after Alpha if she knows Negan is working on it. Well, that's another thing. Again, we'll have to wait and see. It could be something like that could be easily explained. Keep in mind, if I want someone dead, and for example, if I want someone dead and I set into motion for them to get poisoned, and again I want them dead. I'm not just gonna wait around to see if that works. I'll set up another plan or two to have them dead. You know what I mean? So yeah, but again, leaving some clues and some hints, like she has mentioned something about Negan in a certain way and this, that, and the third, more than just, oh, I'm going to look for Negan, because that's why she went out in the first place. and then it was to watch the Whispers, you know? That would have been a little more fun, but if Carol let Negan out to get Alpha, sell your used underwear to fund your dreams, Ronnie, I will. I will. Who would win? The Well Walker or Walker Shane? Walker Shane all day. Yeah, how fucking stupid is that too? You got people on YouTube and Twitch, and they actually really want to do something. They actually really want to produce something. Like, obviously, I would love to grow it to where we have workers doing editing and scripting. That would help out drastically. So, eventually it's going to lead, you guys know, the end goal is to produce our own original content, which are shorts. I'm already doing a comic. I would love to do another one. I actually am in the middle of working on this script, just because when I am doing random work, I can't get this story out of my head, which is something I fought off at first because it was based partly on this really fucked up dream I had, and it had to do with an alien, and I'm not going to get into it, but it had to do with an alien and these people that had gotten superpowers through an infection through one of the weapons. And there was a part of it in the dream. There was two parts, two dreams and two different nights. One was something with the alien having this organic / industrial stuff. Like, for example, he takes something out of a human to live, and it's not just like how we have chargers and it plugs in the phones. This was something that plugged into it, but again, it's organic. So instead of having like a charger wire, you know what I mean, and a charger adapter that plugs into the outlet, the alien tech is organic. So it is essentially that, but it's a living organism, and it reaches down and it connects to what the alien needs, the organ from the human, and then it goes into his chest. But he has this really neat mask with this grass that's hair-like thing that actually creates the oxygen. It's the alien type of oxygen they need, which is poisonous to us, but it creates it in their mask and all that. So it's all this nasty shit. But the second dream was this superhero fight I had saw in my head, and I'm telling you right here and now, if you took the I've never dreamt about superheroes in my life. I don't know where the fuck this came from. But if you took that one little moment I seen in my head and put that in a movie, you would have, oh my God. Well, some people will probably love the Avengers, where you got everyone and you just got boom, boom, boom. But this was smaller. There was a few, it was a nighttime sky. There was a few up in the air fighting, and you can see, imagine superheroes, but it looked like a war zone with a few like lasers go, and you see like the blurs from some superheroes flying around, and nighttime sky, let's say a dozen all over the place, just kind of like fighting here and there, but nothing clear and close up. But you just have this focus on the one, and you go from the ground to the sky into fighting, and then back down to the ground. It led me to put the two together. And again, I try to push really wild stories out because I love the grounded stuff, but I had so much fun with it, and I was thinking this could be something that is more like I was talking about before. Something that's more fun, where I don't have to worry about it being grounded and, okay, what about this? What about that? I could just simply have, I don't care about how realistic it would be for an alien to have a fucking organic, biomechanical elements to them. Just, it's an alien body. They have a cavity in their chest that they don't use because their oxygen is this and this and this, that the way they breathe. So what they do is they steal stuff from humans, and it allows them to live on Earth because their body can, fit itself to it. I don't have to. It just does, because it's fun, it's neat, it's weird, it's wild. We don't look at Predators and go, well, wait a minute, how do they see? It's blurry, and how do they use their thing? And we don't care because it's fun. And so there was a part of me that said, you know what, fuck it. Whenever I have the free time, whenever I am working on this content, I'm going to do it. And I was actually working on part of it when I rewatched one of the Walking Dead episodes. I think it was the finale. So originally it was called Bright Eyes. Not called, let me clarify this. It was just a working title, just so I don't get confused when I'm doing the labeling. So all my stuff, my notes for Bright Eyes, got changed to Comfortable with Violence. So that's the working title now, just until once you're working on a story, you eventually lock down a title. Title's not important until you're ready to release it and you know for a fact you're doing this shit. Cutlets didn't direct episode 8. I already looked it up. It's some first-time director for The Walking Dead that Cutlets is not the director for episode 8. Someone Google it right now, put their name in a chat if you can, if you don't mind. It's some other guy. I forgot his name, but anyway. So yeah, I was like, yo, I want to do this whatever. But back to what I was saying before, it's so interesting or depressing, however you look at it, but you got people who really want to actually create original content, and then you just got like women selling their underwear. It's like, and they're making $10,000 a month, you know what I'm saying, off just Patreon alone. And it's like, what the fuck happened in this world? Who are these people? At what point? You know what I'm saying? At what fucking point do you realize, it's something I can't comprehend. I can't comprehend talking to a chick that will never touch you or whatever. I can't comprehend that. You know what I'm saying? I can't fathom it. I can't fathom it. It hurts my brain to think anyone would go to a stream just for the thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I just can't fathom it. I wouldn't waste 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather put any and all time I would have in that aspect on a movie or a real life chick that I can kick it with. I just can't fathom it. Recently made a Walking Dead movie fan made teaser. I would appreciate it if you checked it out. I'll have a look. Fan made teaser? You mean like Walking Dead footage in a like a fan teaser, or do you mean like you filmed your own stuff and then made a fan teaser? I'm assuming you mean you used Walking Dead footage and made your own teaser. That's how it reads, but it also could read. Either way, I'll check it out. Who would win? Well, Walker. Okay, here we are. Do you think Michonne will see Jadis, and that would be a part of the reason for her leaving? I don't know. Anything's possible, but seeing Jadis doesn't automatically connect to Rick. Jadis disappeared already, and Father Gabriel explained why. That had nothing to do with Rick. And Father Gabriel doesn't know it had something to do with Rick. He could have suspicions, but they've never showed us that. So I don't think it would be Jadis. It could be Jadis, but she would have to let her know that she took Rick. You know what I mean? I meant to say Dracula Unfold with Luke Evans and Charles Dance, released in 2014, and Helix was on in 2014. No, Dracula Unfold, I've never seen that. Or you mean Untold? You wrote Unfold. No, I haven't seen that. Dante's reveal was really poor. It wasn't memorable. I don't think it's going to stay memorable. I recently made a TV movie, fan made teaser. Okay, I read that one. What would be your ideal zombie apocalypse weapon? A tomahawk. I love your channel. Hope to see Return of the Living Dead flaws and all someday. January, if we stay on schedule. You got your wish. And then Dawn and Day and Land. It's one of my favorite zombie movies of all time. Not only are we doing... Return of the Living Dead. I'm sorry. Yes, I love that movie. We will be doing that. Fun movie. Hate it for a zombie movie, but in a, like the, you know what I mean? Like my grounded zombie movie sense. But for a fun movie, I fucking love it. Make flaws and alls on the new Addams Family reboot on Pornhub. I'm not doing that. We're not doing any shows. Again, no shows anytime soon. It's only movie flaws and alls, except for The Walking Dead. And we'll only do shows if we do pilots and then they kick off and get a lot of interest. And again, that's not till the February, March, April. We got to get past January and stay on track with the movie flaws and alls first. What was your ideal? I love your channel. Hope to see you. Damn, I scrolled up and fucking forgot. This is the question I was looking for. Do you still dumpster dive? No, I do not. Back then, I had a job where I was out at nighttime delivering shit anyway. So it was easy for me to stop by the retail market and do dumpster diving, but not now. What's up, Ronnie? I haven't been watching your streams in a minute, but glad to see your beautiful face. Thank you very much, Mikey. I appreciate that. yeah, stop wasting your money on bodyguards. I don't know who that's. Bodyguards. You got bodyguards? Super chat the cash, Ronnie. For fuck's sake. That's because they produce nudes instead of just promising them. You tease. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's another thing too. Well, I can't fathom that either. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, bro. And normally I would say it's because you can't say this without being a dick or egotistical, but I'm just going to say it. I'm an adult. Once you're at a certain age and out of school and away from different complications, it's not that hard to get in a relationship or get a chick. I mean, listen, there's times where I get real busy with work and it just gets in the way, man. And it's just I can't find the time or I don't. But when it comes to the moments where it's like, no, I want to kick it. I'm gonna kick it. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Normally, it would be like, okay, these people are hitting up chicks because they're just not pulling chicks, or maybe this is their temporary. I don't know. For me, I would think you just go to what do you guys keep saying? Pornhub. I'm not a big fan of Pornhub. Go to Pornhub. It's free porn. Whack off, and then get busy doing something that that's productive. Video game, work, pulling a bitch. I don't know, like a real chick. I don't know. Something's wrong in my brain. Obviously, I just can't figure out why you would want to talk to a chick on Twitch that doesn't care anything about you except for you giving them more and more money. I can't fathom it. Then again, I'm not the type of guy. I've never called a 1-800 number in my life. Like even when I was I was like not little, but you know what I'm saying. Even when I was horny and little, I was like, who are these adults? What is the purpose of this? This is stupid shit. Anyway. We got to shut her down, though. It is that time. It's getting late, and I do have to wake up early tomorrow. Yeah, using some Walking Dead footage and clips from other zombie movies and shows. I can leave a link if it's not considered a plug. Well, you can go ahead and leave a link. I'll check it out. Talk to you about it next time. That's because they produce. All right. Just make sure I read these. Mob Money. Yeah, Mob Money would be a good thing. Hey, you know what? Mob Money. That might be a nice one to spin. I need to find a way to word it though, because again, it has to have a certain ring to it. Not just like, oh, we got mob money, $5 mob money from. Again, it has to have a certain ring, a certain way to say it. I don't know. I'll think about it though, because I like the way that sounds. Mob Money. What's your least favorite mid-season finale, excluding this most recent one? You suck, because this most recent one is my least favorite. My least favorite mid-season finale would have to be No Way Out, the season 6, and I'm picking that mainly because they did the same bullshit they keep fucking doing it. They don't care. It's not about them understanding that. I don't. You know what? I'm not even gonna get into it. But it's a shitty, cheap bullshit way to do. We beg you to come back next week and watch, or next month, or whenever. You got Sam, mom, and that was a badass cliffhanger. Where they picked it up, ruined the badass cliffhanger so much it's unreal. So I'd pick that. And the worst season finale, hands down, Negan's entrance, without a doubt. I don't even got to think about that one. Good night, all. Great stream, Ronnie. Good night, Kim. We're shutting this down too. I just want to get the last question here. Loving the Flaws in All series so much. Keep up the good work on those. Thank you very much. I was out of it. Actually got sick over Thanksgiving holiday, and my sleep schedule has been shit ever since then. So my sleep schedule still rocked. I feel like and I haven't had a drink either all weekend. I feel like a fucking drunk, slurring my words, and I can't. My head is all foggy. I can't think of what I'm trying to say. So I feel like this was a god awful live stream. But again, another announcement or another reminder. Live streams are only open to the public for the first 2 weeks, and then they get archived for members only. And again, for anyone new here, that is an algorithm thing. That's to help the algorithm when the videos are offered out to you guys or offered out to YouTube itself. The more YouTube offers it and people don't click on it, the less YouTube offers the stuff out. So in a way to combat that and kind of test that out and play around with it, live streams are only open to the public for 2 weeks, and then anyone who is a Matt Mob member through YouTube or Patreon, you know what? No, that doesn't work either. I will find a way to get Patreon included somehow, but right now it would only be Matt Mob members. But I'm gonna do what I can to make it so it's that and Patreon. I think there's a way I can do it with a link. I'll look it up. But again, reminder, if you are a Matt Mob member, there's like 200 plus videos that are members only. If you're new here or just became a member and want to check some of those older ones out. But thank you very much for showing up, guys, and chit-chatting with me. Like I said, I'm working hard on Bone Tomahawk. That's the newest video coming out. And then I'll get right on The Walking Dead 10A. And then I'll jump right back into Krampus for our first Christmas-themed Flaws and Awes. That'll be real fun. And then we're diving into... what is the other one? Gremlins. Gremlins 2. And then Jingle All the Way will be last. I'll save that for last. Because if... should I save it for last? You guys let me know down below. Because I'm thinking I'll save it for last. And if there's no time, I'll cut it from the rotation. And we'll jump right into... something else, something coming up in January, like Night of the Living Dead, or there was something else I thought got voted up. Yeah, $5 drive-bys. I don't know. I'll think of it. Have a good night, guys. Thank you very much, Spin, for hanging out with the mods, the Matt members, Chris, and who else was in the chat I saw? Someone else was here a second ago. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow for a video. Bye.